Why did the Son of the Almighty say, Father, why have you forsaken me? There are a couple of reasons. In Psalm 22, there is a prophecy, Psalm 22. But remember, Psalm 22 is found in the Old Covenant. It was written centuries before the Messiah appeared on earth. David writes, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, which is translated as, my God, why have you forsaken me? That's what Yahushua said on the cross. Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, my God, why have you forsaken me? So, one reason, because he was fulfilling the prophecy. He was saying that so that those who heard and those who wrote the testimony would realize, just like us who read it, that Yahushua was fulfilling the prophecy of Psalm 22, because he said exactly what the prophecy of Psalm 22 states, which David had written. It can also be seen that Yahushua gave David prophetic vision so that he could see the Messiah saying it, and that's why he wrote it down. Now, why would Yahushua have said that without considering the prophetic aspect, thinking that he didn't necessarily say it for them to realize that the prophecy was being fulfilled, but also because he feels it? It's because remember that Yahushua is life. He was born of a virgin, never sinned. The presence of Yahushua was with Yahushua at all times during his life. Like when Adam was in the garden, if he hadn't eaten the fruit, so Yahushua was in the presence of Yahushua at all times. When Yahushua was put on the cross, the sin of humanity was placed upon him. When sin is present, Yahushua cannot be. So Yahushua was separated from Yahushua because Yahushua was taking on the sin of humanity, and sin separates us from Yahushua. And that's why he says, why have you forsaken me? Because he was shocked to feel that separation or that absence of the Father in his life that he had never experienced before. And that is peculiar because it seems to indicate that that hurt him more than all the physical suffering he had been going through, because he was silent when they beat him, when they hung him. He was silent, he didn't say anything. I wouldn't be surprised if he let out some groans, obviously, because he was in a human body, but it's at that moment that he exclaims, why have you forsaken me? Which would also be interesting to think about if he said it with all his heart, if he somehow felt that it made him worry that something had happened. Since Yahushua reveals absolutely everything to us, he leaves it to the maybe. At the end, at that moment, feeling that absence, he might have been scared, asking, what happened? Why did you leave me? Maybe out of desperation, because of the moment, of course, he didn't make the connection that he was taking on the sin of the world. Besides that, if Yahushua doesn't separate from him, he doesn't die. So Yahushua had to die for us. That's why he takes on the sin, because he had to die to kill sin. By taking on sin, Yahushua has to separate from it, and he had to leave so that he could die, because if he stayed, life would remain in him. But Psalm 22 is the prophecy of that moment. My powerful one, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from my salvation and from the words of my cry?